We know that Disney animation has been suffering, just like nearly everything else related to Disney, whether it's at the box office, whether it's on Disney Plus, even in the theme parks right now, Disney's losing ground nearly everywhere. And what have we seen just in the past 3 years, going on 4 years? Universal's completely overtaken Disney in animation, and it's not even close. With the failures they had last year with Lightyear and Strange World, losing multiple hundreds of millions of dollars, they needed the next Pixar movie to be a hit, to restore some of that glory that goes with the Pixar name. But instead, as we got closer and closer to that date, it certainly didn't look like that was be the case. In fact, it looked like it was going to be one of the worst openings in Pixar history at $35 to $40 million. Well, here we are on the weekend, and it's actually even worse. It's even worse for Disney. Look at this headline. The Flash crashes with $55 million box office opening. Elemental bombs with $29.5 million start. Less than a $30 million opening weekend. This is the worst opening for a Pixar movie in history of all time when you adjust for inflation. And even when you don't adjust for inflation, get this shit. There's only one thing that trails this opening, and it released in 1995, and it's called Toy Story. Without adjusting for inflation, Toy Story is nearly the exact same box office opening weekend as Elemental was. Look at this shit. If I actually pull up the box office section here, opening weekend was $29 million. $29.1 million back on November 24th, 1995 for Toy Story, before Pixar was this big mega brand. And now here we are. Elemental pulls in $29.5 million. And these aren't even the final numbers. It could go down a little bit. It's conceivable that it could actually be less than Toy Story when it's all said and done. But this is an embarrassment. What we're really looking at, though, when it comes to Elemental is, once again, Disney couldn't help themselves. Once again, you have Disney injecting current day modern politics into a program, into a movie, into something that's designed for children. Look at this shit. Disney and Pixar's Elemental introduces non-binary character Lake Ripple, who uses they, them pronouns, into a children's movie. Lake is Pixar's first non-binary character. Literally, they made this water gender fluid. The first gender fluid character, non-binary character in Pixar history. Wow, congratulations. How's that going for you? Box office flop. Because they're prioritizing things that have nothing to do with selling tickets. They're prioritizing things that drive families away. I'm so glad that in Lightyear and Strange Worlds, you focused on LGBTQ romances, and that in Elemental, you focused on introducing a non-binary character that uses they, them. It's all resulting in them losing hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney. This is a movie that had a production budget around $200 million, probably as a break-even point, somewhere around $550 to $600 million. This movie will be lucky if it gets past, I don't know, $200 million globally. It might struggle to even hit $150 million, something like that. Lightyear, as we saw, barely got past $200 million. That started with a $50 million opening weekend. This is half of that. Another sad, pathetic failure for Disney, who has shown time and time again that they're willing to forego entertaining audiences, forego being family-friendly, so that they can continue to virtue signal and push their agenda in these movies made for children.